Today I'm doing a San Mateo County real estate market update for the month of April 2022. Hi, my name is Joe Polyak, local San Francisco Bay Area real estate agent with Rise Homes, and I make videos like this for you if you might be thinking about buying or selling real estate, or if you just want to know what's happening or want to hear about what's going on and get a pulse of the local market. So let's dive right in. A couple of little talking points of what's been happening and what I've been hearing people asking me and what you're seeing on a lot of news headlines. Let's take a look quickly. When you type in real estate news in Google, what are the news stories that pops up? The odds of a home price correction just spiked. The housing market is finally chilling out. The U.S. housing market has peaked. Bubble, toil and trouble. Is real estate headed for another crash? Is the housing market slowing down? I'm hearing a lot of that, and you're seeing that in the news. You're seeing that everywhere. It's a little bit more of this kind of sensationalization. I think it's a little bit boring for the news to just talk about, oh, hey, there might be some minor things happening. So a lot of people are reaching out to me as well and asking me and saying, hey, do you think another crash is coming? Do you see the market slowing down? What do you see that happening? The short answer is no. Right now, not really. We have sold a number of listings recently, and I'm talking to other agents as well. And for the most part, the market is still hot. And we are still seeing multiple offers and very competitive, and oftentimes, not always, homes selling for significantly above the comparable market data. We are seeing some pockets of slowdown. We are seeing some pockets of areas that maybe are not as competitive and not as crazy as they were a couple of months ago. So what has changed? Well, right now, interest rates are up, as everybody's hearing. The Fed has raised rates. Now, with that being said, interest rates for most of last year, up until December and January of 2022, interest rates were below 3%. You can get a 30-year fixed mortgage jumbo rate for under 3% or right around 3%, maybe in the low threes in some cases, but just right around there and under 3%. To give you an example, I bought a home, got a jumbo loan on it, and my interest rate is 2.75%. And I closed escrow on that one in January 2022. As interest rates started to rise, people predicted that this would cause a slowdown. And in fact, this is what caused such a big rush and such a drastic market price increase in the months of December, January, February over the months of October, November. The truth is, after talking to a couple of lenders just this morning, interest rates are still hovering around the 4 to maybe 4.5% range, with some banks offering special relationship pricing and other little incentives and discounts to get a mortgage right now, where you can get a 30-year fixed mortgage jumbo rate for under 4%. Historically speaking, not over the last 10 years where we've been in a ultra low interest rate environment where rates have stayed in that 3% to low threes to maybe mid threes on average, we are still hovering around 4% right now, which historically speaking, before the 2008 crash, rates have always hovered maybe around 5, 6, 7%. And obviously we hear about in the 80s and during times of hyperinflation and things like that, where interest rates were as high as 16, 17%. So right now we're still in an extremely low interest rate, below average interest rate environment, but they have jumped up a little bit. Has that caused the market to slow down so far in the San Francisco Bay Area? The answer is no. And let's jump right into the evidence there and see why that is. For the month of April 2022, single family homes data, let's take a look at it. San Mateo County, 560 new homes hit the market, 414 homes were on the market at the end of the month. April 2021, that number was 546 and 424. 462 homes sold during the month of April 2021, 445 sold. So the numbers are almost unchanged year over year in San Mateo County for single family homes. One thing that has changed in April 2022 versus 21 is average days on market was 12 days versus last year was 17 days. Average home sale price was 2.479, so almost 2.5 million last year in San Mateo County. And right now that is 2.714, so a little bit over 2.7, a little bit under 10% increase year over year. I just did that math in my head. I don't know if that's 100% accurate. Median price, 2.25. April 2022. April 2021, $2 million. That is a little bit over a 10% increase. Price per square foot, same story there. It was $1,295 this year, April 2022, and $1,142 last year, April 2021. And homes sold on average 10% over asking last year and 14% over asking price this year in San Mateo County. So the months of inventory was 1.1. Last year was 1.2. Again, as we remember, seller's market is anything under, I believe, 4 months of inventory. All in all, the market is still hot. Now, keep in mind that these April 2022 numbers take into account the market activity from the months of February and March. Let me explain. So a home that's listed for sale on February 25th is on the market for about 10 days, and then that goes into March, sets an offer acceptance date for early March, then offer gets accepted, it goes through a 30-day close of escrow, and that closes in April. That goes into the April data. And so a lot of the activity that you see in April and the closings in April, a lot of it happened in February or March. Now, maybe a little bit, some of it also happened within the same month. There are times where a home is sold all cash and there's a quick close of escrow and it's on the market for maybe just 3 or 4 days. A home is listed in the beginning of April, April 7th, it's on the market for 4 days, April 11th, and then a 2-week close of escrow, and it still closes escrow on April 25th. There is some April activity, I'm sure, here, but a lot of it is that February, March. It's going to be interesting to see what May brings for us. Now let's just shift gears a little bit and take a look at condos. Common interest development, this includes condominiums and townhomes. Townhomes, as you remember, are going to be condominium ownership. It's common ownership. You own the inside of your unit, but the HOA takes care of and owns the exterior of your unit. It's why they call them townhomes is that they're kind of structured to look and feel a little bit more like a house. You have an exterior entrance, you don't have anybody above you, you don't have anybody below you, but oftentimes they are attached, but not always. Common interest development, April 2022. So 186 new homes hit the market and 178 were left in inventory at the end of the month. For April 2021, wow, it's almost identical. 180 new homes, 178 exactly identical at the end of April 2021, 1 year ago. 151 homes sold last year and 166 sold this year, so a little bit more sales. This year, 18 days on market is the average for April 2022, and it was 22 days last year in the month of April. Homes are selling for a little bit quicker on average. Average sales price was $1,051,000, and this year was $1,140,000. So again, about a 10% increase year over year. Median sales price $1,086,000 and $957,000 last year. So that's a little bit more than 10%, closer to 15% increase year over year. Median price per square foot last year $798. This year $892. Homes are selling for 7% above asking this year, and they were selling for 3% above asking last year. Well, last metric is months of inventory. Months of inventory last year was 1.4. This year is 1.2. All in all, again, we are seeing a hot market in condominiums as well. If you recall, the condominium market took a major hit during the pandemic, from when the pandemic started all the way through around November, December of 2021. And we've been seeing a reinvigorated condo market for the first quarter of 2022. And so we are in a strong seller's market in the condominium and townhome market as well, at least in San Mateo County. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. My contact info is going to be in the description of wherever you're watching this video. And again, I make videos like this if you're thinking about buying or selling real estate here in the San Francisco Bay Area or really anywhere in the country. I'm also able to connect you with great real estate partners, other people that I meet at different events and real estate conventions and learning seminars and all these other courses. I meet a lot of agents who are the best of the best in their individual markets. Even if you're not just thinking about buying or selling a property here, you might be thinking about doing it somewhere else. Please feel free to reach out anytime. I'm happy to help.